What's going on, everybody? This is the official first episode of season 2 of Give Me the Points podcast. And I know we had some co-hosts jumping back and forth last year. And it's official. Big Bob is fucking out. Dunzo. He's been cut. Put his ass on a bench. But I am happy to have Tyler back with us. He's no longer on a night schedule, so we can make this thing happen. I'm glad that you were able to come back to me.
Yeah. If anybody out there listening works night shift, just quit your job. It's the worst thing in the world. So,
wise advice: quit your job.
Yes.
And for those of you that are watching on YouTube or watch the YouTube later, yes, this is a sexy handlebar mustache that I'm rocking right now. And I was going for like the Ben Stiller look from Happy Gilmore because I wear scrubs all day. And I only had maybe one or two people actually recognize who I was going for, and it was kind of depressing. But that's okay. The beard will be back. It's fine. That's it, man. I don't know. I'm super excited for this season. What we're going to do the next 4 weeks, we're going to do preseason shows. So we're going to do the NFC and AFC South today. Next week, we'll do the NFC, AFC West, then the North, and then the East. And we're going to mix in some team total wins and some player props. And we're just going to talk about how the teams have changed in the offseason and what we are excited to see. So I know you wanted to start with the Jaguars.
Yeah.
So I figured we'd go out with the AFC South this week along with the NFC South. So play a little intro music here. With that, real quick, speaking of changes, NFL commentators, they threw them all into a bowl and they just picked random ones out.
I'm not going to lie. I'm one of the most diehard NFL fans I know. And I couldn't tell you off the top of my head who's on every broadcast right now.
I know Richard Sherman's doing Thursday night on Amazon.
He'll be good. He's a good talker.
He's intelligent. He really is. I mean, He's very meticulous with his words. Like he knows exactly what he's saying at all times.
Aikman went to Thursday night, right?
Yes. So Aikman's with Richard Sherman on Thursday night.
But Joe Buck is still Fox?
Dude, I don't know.
Because I like Joe Buck.
I really don't. I don't know what they did. They literally threw everybody into a bowl and we're like, hold on, you pick two, I'll pick two, and let's see how this. Obviously, Jim Nantz and Romo stayed on CBS.
Yeah, that's a money crew. They'll keep them together as long as they can.
Let's see here. Oh yeah. Ohio State homer Kirk Herbstreit's Monday.
Yeah,
he's Monday Night Football.
Yeah, I will be honest. He might not be as bad in NFL because
he can't be biased.
Yeah, I mean he knows football. It's just when he's not commenting on Ohio State, it's not as bad. But yeah.
Okay, so it's Joe Buck and Troy Aikman are calling ESPN for Monday Night Football, replacing Steve Levy, Louis Riddick, and Brian Griese, which was an absolute disaster.
Yeah,
that was worse than the Booger experiment.
It's Monday night's been bad for a while, honestly.
Thursday nights, Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit.
Okay, Al Michaels could carry a wet paper bag and be good at it. So
absolutely. Sunday night, Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth.
Okay. I don't hate Collinsworth as much as other people, and Tirico is always good. So
your lead CBS team, Jim Nantz, Tony Romo. And your lead Fox team right now is Kevin Burkhardt, and I don't know who's with him. Drew Brees, is it?
I know he's. I don't
know.
We'll find out.
Richard Sherman's on like Amazon Thursday Night Football. I know that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So let's just get started here. We're gonna start with the NFC South.
Okay.
I was reading a thing by CBS Sports. They ranked the divisions based off of quarterbacks. They had the NFC South as the worst division in football for quarterbacks.
I mean,
I don't know, dude. I don't see how.
Well,
so Brady,
Yeah, I mean Brady being in there should kind of invalidate that already.
Brady, we'll say Baker, Jameis, who was
Yeah.
pretty fucking good until he
Yeah, I
got
mean
hurt,
him and Baker are probably about average, you
right?
know.
And then Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, which okay, I could see that. But yeah, I mean there's a whole lot of average there plus obviously Tom.
And I think that I would put the NFC South above the AFC South just based off of Tom Brady outweighs
Yeah,
Tannehill
exactly.
and Matt Ryan combined.
Yeah.
I don't know. I saw they have some crazy rankings. They had Kansas City as the 5th best receiving core with Juju, MVS, and Sky Moore.
As much as I consume as much sports content as I can, especially NFL, I've found myself on Twitter lately, like it'll have stuff pop up about like say fantasy football, not from people I follow, just stuff I think I'm interested in. And for every don't draft these guys list, there's another these guys will win you the league list, and it's the same players.
Same
It's
people.
just there's almost too much content out there now.
Yeah.
Like
The list I've seen from CBS have been absolutely miserable. Just so ass backwards. It's unbelievable.
I'm gonna be honest, the only content I enjoy reading nowadays truly is the Athletic.
The Athletic, some of the stuff PFF puts out.
Yeah.
They're very analytical. PFF is all numbers based.
Yeah, you can disagree with it, but the numbers are the numbers. Like
right.
they don't make them up. So
And then just based off like so sorry. Wow. Juan Soto rejected a 15-year, $440 million contract from the Nationals.
that's a little bit of money.
15 for 440. So now they got him on the trade block. Anyway, but football. PFF. Oh, I know Evan Silva's a fantasy and a DFS guy, but he has branched out and he now does like year-long player props, which makes sense because if you're going to be a DFS and a fantasy guy, you should be able to project and predict season-long totals. So now he's a big season-long totals guy. So I look into his stuff as well. Evan Silver's a big nerd, but he's made his name off of daily fantasy, and he's pretty good. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of content out there. There's a ton of it. None better than you'll find here on Give Me the Points podcast.
Well, I mean, yeah.
But there's a lot. So the NFC South, will obviously, we're going to start with Tampa Bay. Right now, their wins total is at 11.5. The over is a plus 100. The under is a minus 120. Obviously, Godwin, we don't know if he's going to be available to go week 1. But I do love the addition of Russell Gage. I think Russell Gage is an absolute dog, and I like him in the second receiver spot when Godwin comes back, in the third receiver spot for Tom Brady.
Yeah, I saw this, and I was almost trying to talk myself into liking the under. Like, oh, maybe they're only going to win 11 games. They lost a few pieces, and I was like, no. I mean, actually, they're still like head and shoulders above everybody in their division, and they're still a really, really good team. And obviously, you know, like I feel like in the back of my mind, I still think of needing 12 wins as 12-4, but like it's 12-5 now.
12-5, yeah.
Yeah.
You really think Brady's going to drop 6 games this year?
No, exactly. Yeah.
Right.
It's and if they put it at 12.5, I'd be like, yeah, it's but yeah, they'll win 12 games.
So going through their schedule, week 1, Sunday Night Football at Dallas. Gotta like Tampa in that game. Week 2 at the Saints, dub. Week 3, let's see. Week 3, Green Bay at Tampa. That's a win.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what we're getting out of Green Bay's receiving core this year. Week 4, Kansas City at Tampa. We'll say loss.
Yeah.
Just because there's gonna be a loss in there somewhere.
Yeah, they won't. Yeah, no one's going undefeated. So yeah.
Week 5, Falcons at Tampa, dub.
Yeah.
So that's what we got 5 wins there. At Pittsburgh, dub, 6 wins.
That's a 40-point dub.
At Carolina, dub, 7 wins.
Yeah.
Baltimore at Tampa.
Want to say L to see how it plays out?
Just for the sake. Sure.
Yeah.
We'll say they take a loss. So we're at 7-2. Rams at Tampa. Is that coming off a bye? That's coming off a bye. I'll say they go 1-1 in the Rams-Ravens.
Okay, so we'll say dub for the Rams.
So we still got them at 8 wins. At Cleveland, if Deshaun Watson's not playing, if he somehow gets suspended, dub. So 9 wins. New Orleans at Tampa, win. There's your 10th win. And then they've got San Fran, Cincy, Arizona, Carolina, Atlanta. They got to get 2 of those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see why they don't go 5-1 in the division. They'll lose a division game because
they'll drop a stupid division game somehow.
Yeah.
But we said it last year. We took Tampa's over last year. Don't bet against Tom Brady and the under on team wins. Don't do it.
If you choose to not bet it because you think it's high, that's fair, but don't bet under.
No. Yeah. Either stay away or take the over. So we're going Tampa over 11.5 wins at even money. I love the even money part of it too. Next team. God, have they burnt me probably 10 years in a row. I mean, just every time I go over, they go under. Every time I go under, they go over. But Matt Ryan's gone. It's a whole new ball game, boys. The Falcons at 5. The over at plus 130.
You're okay. You pulled it at 5 even?
Yes, 5 even.
Okay, because FanDuel showed me 4.5.
Oof. Oh, well, okay. Yeah. Okay, so the even number of 5 probably has the over juiced a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so my,
I think so low, but like they are gonna stink. But they're gonna stink, I think. But that's low.
But they also the thing is they're gonna play the Saints tough, and they get Carolina twice. Who else do they get in the regular season? So Saints, Rams, Seahawks, Browns, Bucks, Niners, Bengals, Panthers. Jesus Christ, their out of division schedule's tough.
Yeah.
Oh boy, it's tough. So outside of the Bears and the Steelers, they've got a super tough out of division schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Like I want to say over 4.5 with what because just like that's so low, but I don't even know if I would feel comfortable either way because like they're gonna stink. But are they gonna 3-win, 4-win, or 5-win, or maybe 6-win stink? What kind of stink are they gonna be?
It's unbelievably low.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who'd they lose big? Obviously, Calvin Ridley's out for the year.
Yep. They lost their quarterback. They still don't.
Yeah, they lost.
Really, I mean,
they don't have a running back.
Algier. Yeah,
I mean
Cordero Patterson's a good weapon, but like he can't be getting the 30 touches a game. He'll wear down like he did last year. He's probably better as a receiver. Just getting the ball.
Geronimo Allison, garbage. Brian Edwards was garbage in Vegas. Yeah, Kadero Hodge, garbage. Yeah.
Right.
It's got Casey Hayward. Not Casey Hayward of 3 years ago, but Casey Hayward.
Yeah.
I mean, their secondary's been brutal for years.
Yeah, so that's why would that change?
I'd pass on this.
I would too.
Like either side of that. Because I could see him winning 3 games and then watch. I'd bet the under and they'd go 9-8. I don't. Marcus Mariota's. We have no idea what to get out of him.
No.
Next one's a real big question mark. Carolina at 6.5. The over at plus 105. The under at minus 120.
I like the over.
You do?
Yeah, 7 or 8 wins if McCaffrey's healthy. Right. I mean, I can't say to bet something based on someone getting hurt because like that's a maybe. So like if he's healthy, Baker doesn't suck.
No, he doesn't.
Baker's average. The jury's out on Matt Rule, but I don't think he's a terrible coach. And if they got Baker and DJ Moore and a healthy McCaffrey, I mean, they're in the division with the Falcons, so that helps.
I want to know what DJ Moore's player prop is. DJ Moore's never had a good quarterback.
No, never. Baker's
the best quarterback DJ Moore's ever had.
Yeah.
And DJ Moore puts up numbers.
Yeah, he's really good. He just doesn't score a lot of touchdowns, but he'll have one of these years where he blows up for 12 or 13 touchdowns because it always happens eventually.
Yeah, so through his career so far, obviously rookie season he had 788, and in the last 3 years he's gone over 1150. So if DJ Moore's in that 1099 range to go over 1100, absolutely, give me DJ Moore to go over. So that's one we're going to keep an eye on. Back to Atlanta real quick. One that I really, really, really like is the rookie. I love Drake London to go over 764.5 yards.
Yeah,
I think that kid's 1,000-yard receiver in his rookie season. Atlanta's going to be down a lot. They're going to be throwing the ball a lot. I love him to go over.
I like that, and I also like Pitts over 875.5 because being down,
nothing, dude. There is nothing that I don't want to say inexperienced because Marcus Mariota is not inexperienced, but a below average to average quarterback. There's nothing they love more than an elite tight end, and that's exactly what he has in Kyle Pitts.
His rookie numbers as a tight end were insane. Like, it was unrealistic to expect 1,400 yards as a rookie. Yeah, but what he did as a rookie tight ends don't do as well as he did, and they don't look as comfortable as he did.
Yeah. So what was Pitts' number at?
875.5.
Okay, so we need 900 out of Pitts and basically 800 out of Drake London. I like both of those. I'll write that Pitts one down, 875, because these are all going to go on Instagram. 875.5 Pitts. So basically, we're saying Marcus Mariota is going to air the ball out.
I mean, if he can throw for 2,000 yards in a whole season, this might get them their numbers.
Yeah, they're gonna have to compete. So Carolina, you like the over 6.5?
I do. I don't love it, but the
defense is good. The defense was good last year.
They feel like more than a 6-11 team.
I agree. So they're going to get Cleveland with Jacoby Brissett at quarterback, because I doubt Deshaun Watson goes week 1, and that's in Carolina.
Yeah, if he plays, he's getting some sort of suspension.
I like Carolina to win week 1. Then they get the Giants. I could see them starting 2-0. Saints at home, maybe. Then you got the Cardinals. Who knows what to expect out of the 49ers?
No, yeah.
We have no idea what's going to happen with their – obviously, Trey Lance is the quarterback, but we have no idea what's coming out of the backfield, whether it's Elijah Mitchell or they moved up and drafted a running back. What's Trey Sermon going to play this year? I have no idea. Then they got the Rams, the Bucks, Falcons. So there's could be 3. Falcons again could be 4. Seahawks could be 5. Steelers 6. Lions 7. Saints, yeah, I mean, I can see 7 wins out of them, and I like the plus money at the over. So let's go Panthers over 6.5 at plus 105.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll assign units on the Instagram, so look for the actual unit play on the Instagram. But so far out of the South, we're taking Tampa's over 11.5 at plus 100. Atlanta, we're going to pass, even though I know it's easy to side the over because it's so small, but. And then the Panthers over 6.5 at plus 105. Now, the biggest question mark in the entire conference to me, the Saints.
Yeah.
I saw them on the Action Network at an even 8. The over's minus 135. The under is plus 110. This all falls on, does Kamara get, what do we get out of Alvin Kamara this year when he does play? And what are we going to get out of Jameis Winston coming back off a brutal injury?
And they don't have
Michael Thomas.
They don't have Peyton anymore.
Right. That is huge. That's going to affect the defense drastically.
How much? That's the thing, though. Like, it's definitely going to affect them. How much? I don't know, but like, the Saints just feel like one of those teams that I could easily find plenty of reasons why the under will hit, but like, they're the Saints and they haven't actually stunk in a long, long, long time. So like, they could scrounge their way to 9-8, no problem. I
mean, the receiving core is there.
Yeah, yes, it is.
If Michael Thomas plays football this year. The receiving core is there because you've obviously got Michael Thomas. They brought in the vet in Jarvis Landry, and then you've got the highly hyped up Chris Olave from Ohio State.
Yeah.
So the receiving core is there. You obviously have Alvin Kamara. They signed Honey Badger. And like I said, I know it's easy to say it falls on the quarterback. But this truly, I mean, if we get the Jameis that we got before he got hurt, I can see them winning 10, 11 games.
Yeah.
Because ever since he got his eyes fixed, he seemed to be pretty damn good with not as good of weapons that he's going to have this year.
I mean, I'm hoping for another 30-30 season. Let's talk about entertainment.
The fact, listen, if they don't make an ESPN 30 for 30 on Jameis Winston's 30 and 30 season, they missed out on a golden opportunity.
Agreed.
Olave's numbers, hang on, I saw them. Oh, his touchdowns at 5.5. I like him to go under 5.5 touchdowns. I think 6 for him is a lot.
His numbers too depend on what Michael Thomas we get, because if he comes back and he's the alpha dog again, that's
correct. And Jarvis Landry is going to be a red zone target, and obviously Alvin Kamara, when he does play, is the number one option in the red zone. So I like Olave under 5.5 touchdowns. So just to recap the player props for the NFC South: London over 764.5, Pitts over 875.5, and then Olave under 5.5.
I like it.
All right. Here's your time to shine. AFC South. This is your wheelhouse. This is it.
You want to start with Jacksonville?
We'll do it. All right.
Okay.
The Jags. They've actually moved up half a win. They started at 6. They're up to 6.5. The over is at a +110. The under at -130.
Okay. So let me look at it logically, then I'll give you my fan feeling.
Okay.
Logically, I can only trust the reports I've read, correct? Reports are the Urban Meyer thing was so bad and so toxic, it can't even be properly expressed. Like you have, 5, 6, 7-year NFL veterans saying we felt like we couldn't even play. Like we couldn't, it was just such a shit show all week, all year, If it was that bad, Doug Peterson is a good coach. I would say facts. I'm not saying he's amazing, but good coach. I mean, he won a Super Bowl. He knows quarterbacks. He knows offense. He knows offensive line. I actually love Jacksonville's offensive line, honestly. Linder retired as center, but Shatley's a perfectly capable backup. He'll step into the center role, no problem. They got Scherf. Cam Robinson's not bad. Jelante. So he's got a line. He's got a talented quarterback. He's got
a backfield.
I won't say great, but decent skill position weapons.
Yeah, I mean the backfield's there.
Yeah, the backfield's
we
there.
We know what James Robinson offers, and ETN. It's just like, okay, if he's on the field, the kid. I don't think there's anybody in the world that expects ETN to not be good.
Right.
Now he is coming off the absolute running back killer of an injury.
Yes. It did happen. If it was going to happen, it happened before the season, so he hasn't had a long time. Again, reports, right? All reports are he's as explosive as he was pre-injury. So they've improved the defense a hell of a lot, actually. I mean, just Trevon Walker and Devin Lloyd alone right there.
Devin Lloyd, one of the steals of the draft.
Yeah, I don't know how
they got the best linebacker in the draft as late as they did.
Yeah.
It's right up there with the Jets, the Jets' entire first round. But we'll talk about the AFC East later. But yeah, it's right up there with the Jets' entire first round. Okay, now fan.
That's leading me to say I like the over here. I'm not saying I love it. I'm not like, oh my gosh, they're going to be a playoff team. But like, average teams can win 7 or 8 games. I thought they'd be an average team last year. Well, insert Urban Meyer. If Doug Peterson has them as an average team, they'll win more than 6.5 games. It's just a matter of, do you think they'll be an average solid team, or do you think they're going to suck again because they're Jacksonville?
Give me a receiver from Jacksonville that you're excited for this year.
Christian Kirk.
Okay.
I don't care about the contract. That is irrelevant to me. I don't pay him. I don't pay his wages. They wanted an upgrade in talent. He provides that. He separates. He gets open all over the field. Is he going to go catch 1,600 yards and 13 touchdowns? No. But is he going to be probably a target monster and a quarterback's best friend? I would say yeah. I just like that they have an offensive mind now that can actually scheme people open and use the talents that they have.
Right.
Like Evan Ingram. Been disappointed in his whole career. I'm not saying we're looking at Evan Ingram top tight end.
Yards, 10 touchdowns, yeah.
But he's gonna be helpful.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Gives speed up the middle.
And the biggest thing to me for all of this that I like the over on, the offensive line. People underrate the offensive line so much. I really think their line is solid, and I think that's going to help a lot.
And that's where games are won.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we saw it in the Super Bowl with Tampa Bay and Kansas City. That's where games are won, man. I mean, that was the prime example of it. Plus their division. I mean, the division is not good.
The only team I think that's good in the division is Indy. We'll get to them, but
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about Indy. I don't know how I feel about Matt Ryan, but we'll see. I mean, he's an old man. All right. So listen, you're just as much a part of this show as I am. You like the Jags over 6.5 at plus 110?
I do. I'm not saying I love, but I am saying I like it.
All right. Jags over 6.5 plus 110. We'll play it. Now, this was one last year that we had to sweat, baby.
Oh, boy. But we were right. We
were right. But damn it, early in the season, it did not look good.
Yeah. Thank you. Fuck you, Urban, with that week one. Just
Texans, 4.5. The under at minus 125. The over at 1. Davis Mills, arguably the best rookie quarterback last year.
He had the best rookie year, for sure. Yeah. Considering circumstance and what he did, yeah, he had the best rookie year.
Under.
Under.
I'm sorry, man. I can't.
Under. I'm not sorry. Under.
Dude, that the backfield's a mess. Brandon Cooks can only do so much. The defense is an absolute disaster.
Hey, Dameon Pierce is going to be a solid running back. Solid.
Is he going to get time to find a hole? Is there going to
probably not? He's probably going to have 20 carries for 34 yards in a game this year.
I mean, oh my God, this team, them and the Bears. And there's players on the Bears that I really like: Darnell Mooney, David Montgomery, Justin Fields.
But overall, roster building, what the fuck are they doing?
The Bears might, dude. N'Keal Harry's going to be their wide receiver too. They suck.
Yeah. And they drafted Justin Fields. They traded up for him. And what help are you giving him?
And they didn't give him a shot last year.
No, it doesn't feel like they've given him much more
shot. Matt Nagy threw him out there and said, "Let me prove to you why we're not playing this kid, and let me just get him murdered."
Mm-hmm.
The Bears suck. Texans, I like the under 4.5, man. I don't see how they can win 5 games. I really don't. No.
And if you need our reasoning,
go 1-5 in the division. Probably going to go 1-5 in the division at best.
Yep. If you need our reasoning as to why we like the under, I challenge somebody to provide a good reason why you should like the over, because you can't.
No, there's just – I'm pulling up their schedule. Let's see the Texans' schedule. I want to run through it real fast. All right, so the Texans' schedule. Colts week 1, L. Broncos week 2 in Denver, big L. Okay, week 3, game of the week, Texans-Bears.
Oh, God.
It's in Chicago, though.
So, L.
Okay, Chargers, L. At Jacksonville, L. At Vegas, L. Tennessee, L. Eagles, L. Giants, maybe.
Dub. We'll let them split with Jacksonville for sake of argument, too.
Okay. The Commanders. Washington should win that game.
Yeah.
Dolphins at Miami.
L.
Yeah. Cleveland. I don't care if it's Tim Couch.
Now, Brandon Weeden, Cleveland would beat them, I think.
Brady Quinn.
Well, definitely Brady.
So Cowboys, Chiefs, Titans, Colts, Jags to end the season. L's.
Yeah.
I don't think that they're not going to make us sweat this year. Under 4.5 Texans.
Yeah. And it was 3.5 last year, right? So we get
4.
an extra.
It was 4 on the money.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. All right. So speaking of that, we were flawless last year on team total props. Swept them, and I think we only had one loss on player props as well. We did unbelievable on props last year. All right, Titans 9 wins, the over at -105, under at -115. AJ Brown gone, man. I mean, but they replaced AJ Brown with a rookie AJ Brown.
Yes. And Bobby Woods.
That's exactly what he is. And Bobby Woods. Yes, I forgot about Bobby Woods.
I actually like I'd say over for him if I had to pick. Just
all right.
they got. I mean, Vrabel's a good coach. Derrick Henry being healthy, contingent. I mean, they've got him. The receiving core might be, I guess, probably a little worse, but like you said, they did replace him. It's not like they just traded him and then added nobody else to cover for it. And they feel like a team that's going to win 10 games until proven otherwise. I mean, they've got a good coach, and they've got Derrick Henry. So
the odds to win the division, Tennessee's at a +160, Indy's at a -115. I was kind of hoping Tennessee was at least over +200 because I would just side with that just based off the value.
Yes, agreed. I like Indy more, but value.
I do like Indy more, but I don't like the value on Tennessee there. So Tampa's -290 to win the division. Just bet grandma's pension on that.
Yeah. Seriously, yeah.
Yeah.
1,000 units on that?
Yeah. Yes. Megalodon whale play.
Just don't play anything else all year. Take all your yearly units and put it on that, and you'll win.
All right. I kind of think 9's the right number. I like 9 and 8, but I do think it's more likely that they go 10 and 7 than it is they go 8 and 9.
Mm-hmm. I like that it's
they got 2 wins in Houston, and I'll say at least 1 win in Jacksonville.
Well, Jacksonville will beat them at home, and then Tennessee will beat their ass in Tennessee because, I mean, just tradition. That's what happens. So I like that it's not at 9.5. I like that it's at 9. So
the Colts. Do you like a side?
Like, I love the over on the Colts. I'm kind of all in on the Colts.
We'll pass on the Titans because I'm not sold on it.
Okay.
Now the Colts is at 10, an even 10, -105 the over, -115 the under. I do like the Colts to win 11 games.
Yes, I'm all in on them because I think Matt Ryan can be for them an upgraded version of what Phillip Rivers was for them 2 years ago.
Absolutely, and this is going to be the first time Matt Ryan's had a really good running back since it was the best running back Matt Ryan's ever going to have. Jonathan Taylor's better than any running back.
Michael Turner?
Huh?
Michael Turner?
Michael Turner's been second best. And how many years has that been?
A long time.
Long time. So who did they have at running back when they went to the Super Bowl?
Devonta Freeman, right?
It was Devonta Freeman, yes. Yeah. And then he had, no-knee Todd Gurley. So
that's not even Todd Gurley. That was the ghost of Todd Gurley.
Well, he did score 13 or 14 touchdowns.
He didn't lose his nose for the end zone, but over 10 yards out, his knee was problematic.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you 2 props
back that Matt Ryan's ever had.
With the Colts, I love Michael Pittman over 1,025.5. That's low.
Yeah.
All he needs is 1,050 yards, and he hits that over. And
what else?
Jonathan Taylor. Now, 1,350.5 is high for a running back, but with that offensive line, if he plays 17 games, how does he not hit that over?
If he gets hurt?
Yeah, well, again, if he plays.
Gotcha.
Yes, if he plays, how's he not hit it? Same with Derrick Henry's at the exact same number, 1,350.5. If they play all 17 games, how do they not hit that over?
80 yards a game. That's all you need.
Yep. And, you can have a shit 40, 50-yard game because they're both ripping off 180, 200-yard game in there too somewhere.
Oh, yeah,
So,
you're 100% you're getting a 200-yard game out of both of them at some point,
yep,
if not
yep.
multiple. Yeah, I mean, and the Colts offensive line is going to be completely healthy.
Yes, so I don't
What
again.
he did with a banged up O-line and an absolute bum at quarterback. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, and
So JT and Pittman.
I like JT and Pittman a lot. I love the Pittman one. I like the JT one a lot.
So JT's at 1350.5.
Yep.
And Pittman's at what?
1025.5. That is low for a number one receiver.
And he hit that last year. He had almost 1100 last year.
Yeah, as a rookie, and he's going to be even better.
Yeah, and he's got a much better quarterback throwing him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Feels really
Pittman
low.
wasn't a rookie. Pittman, that's his second year last year.
Okay, well, still,
but yeah,
regardless,
right, yeah. And let me see, he hit 1082 last year. So I don't see why not.
Yeah,
I can get behind that. Okay, all right. So we got 2 Falcons plays, we got 2 Colts plays for player props.
And do you like the Derrick Henry one as well?
He's at 1350.5 as well.
Yeah.
As long as he stays healthy, there's no reason why. Because he's going to be even more the focal point with AJ Brown gone. And what's he had? So obviously 2,000, 1,500, 1059. That was the year that he came on strong and then got hurt. And then last year he had 937. And how many games did he miss last year?
Like half the season?
Yeah, 5 or 6.
I'm pretty sure when he got hurt, he was like 400 yards ahead of the next leading rusher.
Oh, it was disgusting. It was
because
I think it was 3 weeks before Jonathan Taylor passed him in yards. He was hurt for 3 full weeks, and he was still the rushing leader in the NFL.
Yeah, again, with those two, the line could get hurt, they could get hurt. But if their line stays healthy and they stay healthy, they're hitting the over. They are.
Yep. Yeah,
that's how the team's constructed. It's how they're going to play offense.
It's so rare in the NFL to have a true bell cow anymore. Running back by committee is just taking over the NFL, but we are looking at the 2 premier bell cows in the NFL.
Yeah. Oh, a little interesting tidbit.
And Najee at 3.
Number 28. Big, strong, fast, right? So there was a question. One of the Twitter accounts I follow, like NFL throwback videos, posted like a Fred Taylor career highlight video, and they were like, "Who current player reminds you of him, like play style wise?" And he said, "Jonathan Taylor reminds me of me."
Yeah.
So.
No,
big, strong,
I agree.
I mean, Fred Taylor was 6'1", 230, and ran a 4.3, so it was a bit freakish, but yeah, same thing.
Yeah, and then Derrick Henry came along, and he was like, "No, I'm a freak."
Boy, that's not even impressive. I think they fed him some steroids or something when he was a baby in the hospital.
All right, I want to pull up the MVP. So MVP odds right now: Josh Allen at +700, Mahomes at +8, Brady at +8, Rodgers 1,000, Herbert 1,000, Dak 1,200. This has to be Josh Allen's year.
Yeah.
It has to be, man. He's just so good. God, were we wrong? We were so wrong about him.
Or doesn't Mahomes feel like he's settled into that point where he's such a superstar that he might never hit the exceptional, insane numbers because he doesn't have to, because he's just going to do really good every year?
Correct. Yeah.
But yeah, it's Josh Allen's year.
Correct. Okay, defensive player of the year. Myles Garrett at +7, TJ Watt +8, Aaron Donald +9, Micah Parsons at 1,000, Bosa 1,400, Nick Bosa 1,400, Joey Bosa 2,500. Those are your favorites.
Who do you think's going to lead the league in sacks? Because that'd be your defensive player of the year, or Aaron Donald.
Yeah, I have to go with the best defensive lineman ever to play football. I have to go Aaron Donald at +900. This is what I don't like. So comeback player of the year, like I don't really consider. I guess Derrick Henry would be a comeback, but he played in the playoffs.
Yeah, and
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's on the list at +350. Jameis at +500. C-Mac at +700. Baker at +1,000. Michael Thomas at +1,600. Danny Dimes at +6. Nobody's betting Daniel Jones for comeback player of the year.
No. It feels to me like a C-Mac win as long as he stays healthy and has a good year.
I like him at plus 700, yeah, because we could see 2,500 yards and 20 touchdowns out of him.
Yeah, he'll have 1,000
1,000
here
and
if he's healthy.
1,000.
If not, yeah.
Yeah, and probably 10 and 10 at least rushing and receiving touchdowns.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do. I think Christian McCaffrey is a good bet there at plus 700.
Agreed.
And then they've got like, let's see, 10-win seasons. Nah, we'll get into those more as the season approaches.
Yeah, and plus we're covering each team individually, but if we're
Correct.
looking at some of these odd things, we can. Because I'm guessing you can stack together we think all three of these teams are going to have 10-win seasons and
I do want to do. I do want to do a division winner parlay this year. I'll pick all 8 division winners. NFC South, obviously, we're going Tampa, and
bet that's separate. Also,
yeah. I say here, the first 2 legs of our parlay, we just take the 2 favorites. We take Indy at minus 115, and we take Tampa at minus 290.
Yeah.
As we get into this,
those feel pretty safe.
Well, yes, as we get into this, divisions are going to get a little bit tighter. You're going to have
AFC West is
AFC West is going to be everybody's going to give you
good odds.
Excuse me, plus money odds. The NFC West should be good.
Bills feel like they'd be safe. I don't know what the odds are, but it feels
for the
AFC
safe. East. Yeah. Here, I'll read you them real quick. So, where's division winners? AFC East, Bills are at minus 185.
That's actually not terrible for somebody that you feel like is comfortably going to win it.
Now, the AFC North, tight. Ravens at plus 160, Bengals at plus 180, Browns at plus 280, and I'd love to see the Squealers at plus 1,000. Oh, I love to see them as the worst team in the division. It's so sweet. That'll be a tough one to pick. The Colts at minus 115.
I really don't.
AFC West, you have the Chiefs at plus 155, Chargers at plus 240, Broncos at plus 250, Raiders at plus 700. I can make an argument for any of those top 3 teams.
Yeah.
Any of them. NFC East, dude. Dallas is plus 130.
That's all? Like, that's not...
they're not minus.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
They're plus money. Eagles at plus 185. The Commanders at plus... I'm not calling them the Commanders. They're the fucking Redskins.
I'd rather call them Washington football team than the Commanders.
Yeah, the Redskins at plus 500. Giants at plus 700. The NFC North, the Packers are still at a minus 170. Minnesota interests me at plus 300.
Yes.
Minnesota interests me a lot.
Aaron Rodgers is still Aaron Rodgers. But
I know, but I love what Minnesota has to offer as far as the offense goes compared to Green Bay.
Yeah.
Was Randall Cobb as RB2 or wide receiver 2? Maybe. Yeah.
No, wide receiver 2 or wide receiver 1 realistically is probably Aaron Jones this year.
Yeah.
And RB1 will be AJ Dillon. I mean,
yeah.
Jones, I think that's why
Jones people going to be flexed out a lot.
Yeah, he's not going to get as many rushes, but he's going to catch a hell of a lot of passes.
Yeah, he's going to be flexed out a lot. And then the NFC West, so you have the Rams at plus 125, the Niners at plus 200, the Cardinals at plus 300, and then the Seahawks just down at plus 2,000.
Yeah,
way down there. So yeah, we'll figure out a parlay for division winners. So as of right now, we're doing Tampa and the Colts. So to recap these plays, like I said, they're all going to be on Instagram. But to recap these plays, we're taking Tampa over 11.5 at plus 100. We're taking Drake London over 764.5 yards and Kyle Pitts over 875.5 yards. We're taking Carolina over 6.5 wins at plus 105. The Saints, we said pass, right?
Yeah. It's we said pass.
Okay, but Chris Olave under 5.5 touchdowns.
Yes.
The Colts over 10 wins. Pass on the Titans, but we're taking the Derrick Henry 1350.5 over, Jonathan Taylor 1350.5 over, and Pittman 1025.5 over.
Yep.
The Jags over 6.5, and then The second under we're taking Texans minus 125 under 4.5 wins. Ride it until it fails you, and they're gonna suck, and they're gonna suck more than they sucked last year.
They are a team that you could be the most diehard NFL fan on, and if you're not just gonna sit there and watch one of their games against a great, like you're not. You are not going to choose to watch them all year, not once.
No. Well, I mean,
if they're playing a
I'm
team,
only going to watch them when they're on Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, or if they pop up on Red Zone, sure.
Right, yeah, but like sit down and watch a game, it's going to have to. It's Thursday Night Football because I highly doubt they have a Monday night or Sunday night game.
No, probably just
Thursday night.
Yeah,
it has to be the only one. All right, so that's the first episode. Am I glad to have you back. I love Bob to death. He's a big beautiful bitch, but I'm glad to have you back. Look at Bob. Don't hate me. I love you, but it's I'm glad to see your big ugly beard and bald head.
Yeah, no, I'm glad to be back. I'm excited for the season. I really am, and to do this again. And yeah, I mean, if you log on the news and you see some random business was burned to the ground, it was me because they tried to put me back on night shift. So I will not be. I'll be on day shift, and we'll be here every week.
Now, what do we have? We have 6 weeks from today. College football kicks off.
Yeah, we do need. We got to fit a college in.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we've got 4 weeks committed to the NFL, and that leaves us 2 weeks to commit towards college, and I think that's more than fair.
Yep.
So we'll do our NFL. Maybe we'll do 2 NFL weeks. We'll do a college. We'll do 2 NFL weeks, and then we'll do a college, and then it'll be jump right into week 1 of what they consider week 0 of college football. And we'll start just absolutely hammering football, man. I'm so excited. Like I love golf. The Open Championship on right now. The British Open for all, it's the British Open. Those fucking cucks. British Open, leaderboard's absolutely stacked right now. Rory, Victor Hovland, Cam Smith, DJ are the top 4.
With his Penguins hat on, by the way, Cam Smith. I don't know if you saw that. He had a Pens hat on today.
Did he really?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the shirt that he's wearing today?
No.
It's a thing of beauty. It is what I expect out of a guy with a mullet and a mustache. It is just an absolute gem of a shirt. Yeah, so I love golf, and obviously I have golf throughout the summer. Basketball ended. Obviously, the hockey season's over.
Well, you know how much of a hockey guy I am, but I don't really betting hockey's never been a thing for me. Hockey, I just love the sport, but football is man.
Yeah, betting hockey's so tough.
Yeah, same as soccer. It's just too many games and
Well, yeah, I mean it's the NBA and the NFL are different because you have spreads. You don't have puck lines. You don't have -1.5s and over-unders to bet. You can have a little you can play player props, but those are normally so juiced that it's tough to even be successful at playing player props. The NFL obviously different with spreads and props aren't juiced. You have set numbers, but I am so excited, and I want to throw a proposition out there. I don't know how you feel about it, but I think, we're not a fantasy podcast by any means, but anybody that listens to this, I'm sure if you're betting football, you also have a fantasy football team. I would like to try and get together a Gimme the Points podcast fantasy league.
Absolutely. Heck yeah.
Obviously, you and I have teams, and then maybe we'll invite good old Dale Doe back from Punch List MMA, and then
9 other spots.
Grab 9 guys that listen to the show.
Because 12 is the correct number for a fantasy league.
10 everybody's teams are too jacked.
14 just annoying.
We're open to a best ball league.
Yeah, best ball's fun. If people wanted to do daily, weekly, like a normal traditional league, I would, but best ball is nice because everyone already probably has your normal leagues you're in. So we do it.
Correct.
Throw another best ball in. All you got to do is draft.
And don't worry about setting your lineup.
Nope.
Honestly, it's the
Hope nobody
easiest
gets hurt.
thing. Hope nobody gets hurt, and feast on the waiver wire. That's your best bet. But you don't have to worry about weekly matchups. You draft your team, and it configures your best possible lineup for you. So I'd like to do a best ball lineup with me, you, possibly Dale, and some listeners.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun. Add a little competition, make the DMs a little spicy. And I don't know, but I'm gonna try and do some more Instagram Live this year. Just maybe Sunday morning we hop on for 30 minutes or so and talk about games and maybe do our player props that way.
Yeah, well, we'll go live at the Backyard Brawl too if my phone gets signal with everybody else.
Yes, we're going. Last year we were supposed to go to the WVU Texas game. You woke up shitting blood, and
was that miserable?
It was just terrible weather. And I think my wife might have had COVID at the time.
And what sucks is it would have been a good game too. It was like one of the few games Jared Dagey played well all year. Like it would have been a really fun game.
Yeah, but you were sick, I remember you were sick.
Yeah, I didn't even go. I literally had to bail on going with my dad, and I never do that.
We had some sickness in the house as well, or weather was garbage or something, because I remember I bailed the night prior, and then you texted me the day of, and you're like, dude, I'm not even going. I'm so sick.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing.
I got Oklahoma at home sometime in November this year, probably for the last time.
Bloody poops, COVID, bad weather. Nothing's
not a good combo
to go and talk about the football game. Nothing's keeping us from the backyard brawl.
Nope.
We're going.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. All right. We're 51 minutes. I would like to keep these preseason shows under an hour. I know we had a lot of BS in here because it's the first time getting back together, but I hope that you guys are excited about the football season as I am. I know Tyler is. So we're going to try and keep the preseason shows under an hour, and then the regular season, we're going to have NFL and college to cover. So those could range anywhere between 45 minutes and an hour and a half, depending on how many plays we like. But you have two guys that don't miss much football. I mean, Wednesday night Maction, dude, I'm in. I love Maction. I watch a lot of college football, more than probably what's healthy. And I know
quickly we'll try to. I feel like we should slip some World Cup plays in come November.
Oh my God, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, doesn't come around very often.
No. It's been 8 years since I've fucking seen the USA in the World Cup, so it's been since the first apartment Miranda and I had together, and you came down for the games. It's been that long.
Long time.
Yeah.
Captain America to give everybody on U.S. soil a raging hard on. Minus 10,000.
My head will explode when he buries one against England.
It's going to be amazing, man. If you guys aren't soccer fans and you don't I don't know anybody who's not a World Cup fan.
No, nobody.
It's a pride thing. It is. Mm-hmm. It's the Olympics, but for me, it's the Olympics on steroids because it's a real sport.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not the Olympic basketball, which I could care less about, because we all know that if the United States put their best team together, they'd win every game by 100.
Yep.
So yeah, and it's nice having the U.S. as a dog. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The U.S. England game.
Not so dog shit don't ever win any games, but not phenomenal. You got the underdog factor.
Yeah. U.S. England. That's Black Friday, right?
It's Black Friday.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Those fucking cheeky lads.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean Pulisic is, that's his club teammates. He's got Mason Mount and Reece James and these guys he spends all year with for the past few years, and it's like that one on that day, fuck you.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. And I'm pretty sure I'll be coming down to West Virginia bright and squirrely to watch that game in the morning.
I think all the U.S. games are either at 10 or 11 a.m.
I thought it was earlier.
I think 10 or 11. There is an earlier game, but they have the middle time slot on all three groups.
Yeah, I thought they have like a 6 or 7 a.m. at some point. So, all right, man.
That'll be like,
that's it. This little Saturday afternoon show while the kids are napping actually worked out really well.
Yes, it did.
What we will do, a Wednesday night. Yes, Wednesday night will be our nightly show.
Yes.
Okay, so Wednesday night shows will be, and that will be consistent throughout the year because it's a perfect time for the football week. It gives us time to digest what happened on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and enough time to get the Thursday night play out along with the Friday, Saturday college football, and then obviously your Sunday football. That's all I've got. Any parting? I know you haven't been on in a while. Any parting shots for me?
No, honestly, I'm excited. I'm pumped to be back, and we'll have some shit talking and parting shots, I'm sure, as the year goes. But for now, I'm just happy to get episode 1 in, and get those plays locked in and get that money.
Yes, and I would like to do what Bob and I did. If we disagree on a spread, we do a little friendly wager between the two of us.
Okay.
And then we keep track throughout the season. Last year, I've waxed Bob's ass.
Oh, it's because it's Bob. Have you seen him shooting PUBG? I mean,
All right. Well, as a dedication to you, I have a parting song that I would like to play as our outro.
Oh, good.
That my best friend. She a real bad bitch, got her own money. She don't need no nigga on the dance floor. She had 2-3 drinks, now she's twerking. She throw it out and come back in. That's my best friend. She a real bad bitch, drive her own car. She don't need no
Underrated song.
Until Wednesday.
Until Wednesday.
We love you guys, and here's to a fantastic season.
Amen.